I sometimes feel like there aren't enough hours in the day, and I really need to make an effort to make sure I'm organised and that things are planned properly. As well as being a doctor, I've got this YouTube channel where I try and upload 2 videos a week. I've also started speaking at events about life as a doctor and about paediatrics, and I've started doing some teaching sessions as well. As well as this, I'm trying to find time to look after myself, speak to friends and family, reply to messages and emails, and when lockdown ends, there's going to be a whole other pull of going to social things and catching up with friends and going for dinner and weddings and parties and whatever, all that I'm going to need to balance as well. I somehow managed to balance it all. Sometimes I don't know how, but I put it down to 5 main things, and that's what I'm going to talk you through in this video. If you're new here, my name is Radhika. I'm a junior doctor working in London, and I make videos about life as a doctor, what I get up to in my spare time, and everything else in between. Let's get into my tips about how I plan my life. My biggest thing about how I plan my life is Google Calendar. This app has saved me. I didn't start using it until a couple of years ago. I basically missed a really important appointment because I just forgot about it and I was too busy doing other things. And ever since then, I've just realized that I need everything written down and I need to know what I'm doing. I'm obsessed with Google Calendar. Like, I stare at it all the time, just trying to work out what I'm doing and trying to plan what I'm doing. And it's so much better than any other calendar app. People have actually asked me if Google give me a commission because I rave about Google Calendar so much. The best thing about it is that when you're looking at your calendar in a month view, you can see everything you're doing in that month. Whereas in Apple Calendar, all you see is the date and a dot, and the dot could mean it's someone's birthday, it could mean you have a dentist appointment, it could be a reminder, so you never actually know what it is. Whereas I find in Google Calendar, you can see everything, you know what you're doing, and it makes it so much easier to plan your life. Another thing I love about God, it's really hard to say Google Calendar so many times. Another thing I love about Google Calendar is that you can color coordinate things. So I use pink for fun things, I use blue for work, green for sports, purple for seeing family, light purple for self-care. I just like to coordinate it all because it helps me understand what I'm doing even better, and I kind of can see, okay, I've got a lot of pink here, so that means that's going to be a fun time, and I haven't got that much purple, so I need to kind of make time to see my family, and it helps me to kind of keep on top of what I'm doing and keep a loose track of how much I'm doing things and to how I'm spreading things out. It really just helps me plan my time effectively, stay organised, and know exactly when I've got free time and when I don't. And if you take away anything from this video, it is to use Google Calendar because it honestly is the best. The next tip is saying no and setting boundaries. I used to be the person that said yes to everything, that would try and squeeze in as many events as I could in one day. And if multiple people asked me to do something, I would just say yes to everyone and make sure I attended everything. This is not sustainable for me and it made me really tired. And I've learned, especially in lockdown, to say no and to set boundaries and to realise that I can't always say yes to things and I can't always do things, particularly with my job and with my rota. I need to say no to protect my own time and my own energy, and if I say yes to everything, I'll just get tired and not actually enjoy the things I am doing. So I found that saying no and setting boundaries, obviously in a polite way, but doing these things has helped me look after myself and look after my time and prioritise what exactly I want to do and what's important to me and what I feel I can kind of say no to and not attend or not do because it won't serve me as well as other things would. So I feel like this is just a really important tip that I've learned as I've gotten older, that you need to say no to things in order to protect your own energy and time and do what you are doing more efficiently and even better and enjoy it even more. The 7-minute rule is something I heard about a few years ago and it is so helpful. The rule is basically that if something will only take you 7 minutes to do or less, then do it now. That might be something like putting clothes away, doing the washing up, ordering a present for someone, or booking a dentist appointment. Anything that you can do really quickly, just do it now instead of piling up on your list of things to do and it's stressing you out even more. Or you can do what I like to do, is doing it now, adding it to my to-do list and then ticking it off. Try the 7-minute rule yourself and let me know what you think and how you found it. But it's definitely something that I found helpful because it just helps me get things done straight away rather than stressing about it. Lists. Lists absolutely save my life. I write lists all the time. Sometimes I use apps like Google Task or Todoist or Wunderlist, but I do just love using pen and paper. I use apps as I'm thinking of things throughout the day and throughout the week, but then when it comes to having a day off and having loads of things I just want to get done, I get out my notepad and I just write a whole list of things I need to do and I work my way through it. I think the reason I like using pen and paper more is because at work we write our jobs list with pen and paper, so I'm just used to that, and I like that it's tangible and I like that I can scribble in the box and really have that satisfaction of getting something done. Basically when I write my lists, I'll go get my notepad. So this is my notepad. So today's Thursday, so I just draw a little box and it says film, video, whitewash, wash Tupperware, tidy room. And actually I've done some of these, so I'll cross them off with you. So film video, well, I'm doing that right now. So if I'm in the middle of doing something, I do a half box. This might be mirrored for you, and I'm sorry if it is. And then I've already put the wash on, and I've already washed the Tupperware, and I've half tidied my room. And this is a list just for Thursday. Up here was actually one I'd written over the bank holiday weekend, but I hadn't actually done most of it. And this notepad, honestly, is just filled with lists of things to do. So yeah, absolutely love writing lists. I find it so helpful, and it just helps me get a really good understanding of what I need to get done and helps motivate me to get those things done. Now, the last thing is a bit of a weird one, but it's basically to listen to your body. This is something my sister taught me when I was in second year of uni. I was trying to revise loads and loads and loads, and she basically said, Rads, if you're tired or if you're not feeling well, don't try and revise, because you're not listening to your body and you won't be in the right mindset and have the right energy to revise, and it won't be efficient. And this is something I've taken with me ever since then, and it's something I always do. So if I have a day off and I've had loads of early starts the week before, I don't set an alarm and I let myself wake up naturally. And if that means that I wake up too late and I can't do everything I needed to do that day, that's fine. But at least it means I have the energy for whatever tasks I do have time for that day, and I can just rearrange whatever I didn't have time for another day. I think it's really important to be flexible, and it's something I give myself a lot of lenience on. If I don't have time to do something, I replan when I'm going to do it in my week and just have a vague idea of when I want to get it done by. But I don't get really annoyed at myself for not doing it, because I obviously didn't have time to do it, or I was focusing more on something else. And I just think it's really important to listen to your body, to understand that you can't always do what you plan to do, and you might not always have the time to do what you plan to do, but when you do have time to do stuff, try and use that as efficiently and effectively as possible. So those are 5 ways on how I organise my life and how I try and get things done. I know they aren't as conventional as other similar videos which say to do things like time blocking and doing 10 things at once, but I don't find those sorts of things work for me, and these are what do work for me. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have any other ways of how you plan your life, do let me know in the comments below, and make sure you download Google Calendar, because it honestly is the best. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!